500,000 additional COVID-19 vaccines from China's Sinovac have arrived, just as supplies have begun to run low. The Private Hospitals Association of the Philippines, or PHAPi, says that hospitals in Metro Manila are still full. And because of this, the group is pushing to extend the modified ECQ status in the NCR Plus bubble for another week. Some residents have resorted to crossing city borders just to line up for goods from community pantries. One official from the Interior Department warns that this poses COVID-19 transmission risks. And senators are pushing to defund the country's anti-communist task force as incidents of red tagging by NTF-ELCAC spokesman Antonio Parlade intensifies. And Smart Communications has dropped its much-awaited campaign featuring international pop sensation BTS.
Let's go!
Fast, focused, and fearless. Here's a roundup of stories we're watching now. I'm Sean Yao. 500,000 additional COVID-19 vaccines from China's Sinovac were delivered today. The government-procured jabs arrived at around 5:16 in the afternoon at the NAIA Terminal 2 via Philippine Airlines chartered flight. This is the second batch of CoronaVac shots that landed in the Philippines this month. Another 500,000 doses from Sinovac will be arriving on April 29. And the Health Department says that the rising number of COVID-19 cases is maxing out the country's hospital utilization rate. And this is why one medical practitioner is appealing to the government to extend the modified ECQ status of the NCR Plus bubble. Greg Gregorio has the report.
This is how the emergency triage area of the Lung Center of the Philippines looks like as of 12 noon on Thursday. Dr. Vincent Balanag, the hospital's medical chief, said their COVID-19 bed utilization rate is currently at 93%. While it shows improvement from last week's full utilization, Balanag noted that the hospital remains at critical risk category.
May siyam na supposedly vacant, but right now meron pa rin kaming 14 patients na nasa ER waiting to be admitted.
Around 80% of COVID-19 patients admitted in the hospital are classified as severe and critical. It's expecting 20 additional beds this week and about 50 to 100 more by April 30 or in the beginning of May.
Hopefully, madidicongest na talaga yung ER namin na wala nang masyadong tatagal dun sa ER namin.
But Dr. Jose De Grano of the Private Hospitals Association said this is not the case in other medical facilities.
Walang masyadong pagbabago, no? Karamihan talaga nandun pa rin sa high risk and critical occupancy level, especially sa National Capital Region.
The Health Department reported on Wednesday that the healthcare utilization rate in NCR is at around 68%, but the utilization rate of ICU beds remains at 82%, which is considered as high risk. De Grano noted, however, that there is lesser physical queuing of patients in emergency room triage areas. He attributed this to the triaging done by local government units in one hospital command referral system. Health Undersecretary Maria Rosario Vergara explained that one factor for high hospital utilization is the rising cases.
Now, within the hospital, pag ikaw ay mild, maaari ka mag-progress sa severe at maaari ka mailipat sa ICU.
With this, De Grano recommended the extension of modified ECQ across the NCR Plus beyond April 30.
Kasi pag nag-open na naman tayo to GCQ, I think medyo biglang tataas pa ulit yung ating cases.
Presidential spokesperson Harry Roque said it's premature to speculate about the new quarantine classification. For News 5, Greg Gregorio, we are One News.
The Health Department reported 8,700 new COVID-19 cases today. And this brings the total caseload to more than 971,000, almost 108,000 of which are still active. 105 people died of the virus on Thursday, bringing the death toll to over 16,300. On the other hand, recoveries now stand at more than 846,000 after 17,100 new survivors were logged in the past 24 hours. We're going to pause for a quick break, but we will be back with more stories after that. Stay with us. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. The Interior Department is cautioning the public against crossing city lines just to get goods from community pantries. Marian Enriquez with the full story.
Tatay Gregorio walked for 2 hours to get goods from community pantries in Quezon City. The 54-year-old Marikina resident was able to get 2 plastic bags of goods in Maginhawa and other nearby pantries.
Wala kayo doon? Ha? Wala masyado doon? Wala. Mga ano lang. Ang bilis maubos. Hindi ka kaya dito. Pinakita sa TV. Baka sakali.
Our team also chanced upon Lilia, who fell in line as early as 10 a.m. to get goods from a community pantry in Matapang Street, Quezon City. The 69-year-old resident from Barangay Pinyahan said she sat in the gutter for 3 hours waiting for her turn.
Kailangan po nila walang ibang hanap buhay, walang nagbubuhay sa akin, namatay na yung anak ko, ako lang mag-isa.
Thank you for your heart.
Architect Ralph Ruiz, one of the organizers of the Matapang Community Pantry, hurriedly set up the table upon seeing the long queue. They are now on their 3rd day of operations.
Kasi right now, yan po, as much as gusto natin matulungan, nasa back of my mind, di ko alam kung lahat po mabibigyan. Pero we will do our best every day para makabawas din ng pressure sa Maginhawa and other communities as well.
Ruiz said more people had trooped to their stall when Maginhawa Community Pantry temporarily halted operations on Monday. While the Interior Department supports the initiative, an official cautioned the public against crossing cities to line up for community pantries. Undersecretary Martin Dino told One News the chiefs that there are safety risks in this.
Nanggaling ng Marikina, galing ng ibang lugar at papasok sa isang barangay, katatapos lang po natin sa ECQ. Doon nga sa barangay, nagpasok lang ng lugaw, naging issue na. Ganun sila kahigpit. dahil pinangangalagaan natin yung paghahawa-hawa nitong COVID-19.
Dino clarified that crossing cities is not illegal. He then called on barangays and other local officials to ensure that minimum health standards are being followed in community pantries. Around 300 community pantries have popped up nationwide as many Filipinos can only count on one another to survive the pandemic. For News 5, Marian Enriquez, we are One News.
The Maginhawa Community Pantry is back on its feet after the red tagging controversy involving the NTF-ELCAC. Lynn Olivario is joining us from on the ground in Quezon City to tell us more. Hi, Lynn. How is the Maginhawa Community Pantry doing this evening?
The nation continues to pour in for the Maginhawa Community Pantry more than a week ago. A group of OFWs and former military men dropped by this morning to replenish the pantry. They also sent a care package to organizer Ana Patricia Non to encourage her to keep going despite the red tagging by the NTF-ELCAC. Dark Force has also delivered donations to several pantries across Quezon City. In a presser earlier today, AFP Chief Federico Fabiana reiterated their support for community pantries. The AFP also plans to assist civilians in setting up pantries in other areas. But the initiative is also starting online. Their donation drive has now garnered over $18,000 well above their original target of $10,000 This prompted NTF-ELCAC spokesman Rin Badoy to question Patreng's background. The donation drive, according to Patreng, was started by her sister in the U.S. for those who want to donate but don't have bank accounts in the Philippines. She said the funds were used to buy goods directly from farmers in Benguet. Dawn also assured she can't get a clear accounting of where the donations went to answer to Badoy's challenge. The Commission on Human Rights also visited the Maginhawa Community Pantry to monitor reports of harassment. They also assured Patreng of protection amid the red tagging controversy. Let's listen to Patreng and the donors.
Sino-consider ko siya, pinag-isipan ko siya. Siyempre may contact din sa mga attorney. Pero at the end of the day, ano ba yung purpose ko kung ba't ko ito ginawa? Sino ba yung focus ko? Community pantry. Kasi tama naman na delikado, pero sasayangin ko ba yung energy ko sa mga taong wala namang katotohanan yung sinasabi?
Actually, I don't know with them kung ano ang iniisip nila. I mean, helping people, what's wrong with it? Tama? Miss Ana Non just wanted to help and that's it. As simple as that.
Patreng is now coordinating with authorities about moving the Maginhawa Community Pantry to a bigger and safer place for a more organized distribution and to avoid complaints from the homeowners. Quezon City Mayor George Almonte has also offered to help in the logistics. John?
All right, thank you so much for that update from Maginhawa Street in Quezon City. That was News 5's Lynn Olivario. Let's move on now to other stories we're keeping our eyes on. At least 6 senators and the Gabriela party list have revived the proposal to defund the NTF-ELCAC after the outburst of spokesperson Antonio Parlade against community pantry organizer Ana Patricia Non. The lawmakers are saying that the 19 billion pesos allocated for the agency should just be realigned for additional cash aid. The Science and Technology Department reports that 3 local groups have developed ventilators for COVID-19 patients. Those made by the TUP, or Technological University of the Philippines, and Don Bosco College have passed third-party certifications. The third ventilator from a yet unidentified group has been reconfigured for application among adult patients. And Smart Communications has released its much-awaited Live Your Passion with Purpose campaign, headlined by global pop sensation BTS. The ad has all 7 band members walking up and down 7 iterations of the symbolic Penrose stairs, bearing wise and powerful words. Smart says the ad for prepaid subscribers sends out a timely and encouraging message to the Filipino youth amid these trying times.
Passion and purpose have no limit with Smart Prepaid. Save less for a go.
sites, visit News 5, The Philippine Star, and Business World online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on the Signal Play app. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. Mask on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. I'm Sean Yao. We are One News.